Now, concerning all this, here's my problems. Okay, as we know, um, natural flavors, right? Natural flavors are sort of a mystery mix. It could be anything that is approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, which for the most part are decent components used. Some of them do use questionable ingredients, but for the most part, the protocol for natural flavors is not all inclusive. They have to abide by a protocol that basically stays within the realm of safe ingredients. Okay, but there's probably 60 to 70 that can be mixed and matched in any way, shape, or form to give the desired flavor. As I've read, these are generally safe. But that's about all I want to deal with in terms of vagaries in my products. The question is it true that stevia leaf extract and erythritol and truvia, natural sweetener, are highly processed or made with toxic chemicals? They don't say no. They just go on to say, as with almost all finished food products, the journey from field to table involves some processing. The sweet components of the stevia leaf need to be extracted from the leaf, like vanilla needs to be extracted from vanilla beans. The erythritol and truvia, natural sweetener, is made from a natural fermentation process. Like in other finished foods, including sugar, which uses bone char, the bones from animals or cows, to get rid of the natural coloring and sugar. Right. So that is a processing aid in sugar. But in this one, they're saying, in the Truvia, they're saying processing aids suitable for use in foods are used in the production of both stevia leaf extract and erythritol. These aids help either extract, isolate, or purify components of the ingredients. And this erythritol does have to be purified, okay, in this Truvia. Yeah, these aids help either extract or isolate or purify components of the ingredient. So that's a problem because we don't know what these aids are. Why? Because under the U.S. Food and Drug Administration regulations, our processing aids are not subject to labeling requirements, meaning they don't have to list them because they do not have a technical or functional effect in the finished food and because they are either not present or are present at insignificant levels in the finished product. Okay. So that is how they can do the natural flavors process without letting you know what's the natural flavors. So I did read somewhere, I can't remember where, but I went on a site and read the things that they use for natural flavors. And I didn't see anything too much out of the ballpark. But I'm going to have to find that information that I have and read over it more carefully because as we see with this whole setup, they get pretty slick with how they're using words and processes to hide the things that they're using. So I can no longer trust what I trusted before. Not that I really trusted it, but again, I'm going to have to double check that. But this other stuff, the processing age not being listed, no, I can't. I can't get with that. As well as, of course, how the erythritol is produced. And then there's only 1%, less than 1% stevia. So we don't know what that could mean. That could mean 0.02%, you know. So now here's the thing also that I disagree with or that troubles me. Does Truvia natural sweetener contain GMO? Is it genetically modified? No, Truvia natural sweetener is certified non-GMO by NSF's True North program. That's a big one because it is certified by a non-GMO nonprofit organization. Let's take a look at the natural sweetener non-GMO True North program, okay, by NSF. Okay, I'm gonna make this real quick. Okay, this is NSF International, and this is their protocol. And what they are is an organization that certifies products by various manufacturers as non-GMO. All right, NSF International, an independent, not-for-profit, non-governmental organization, is dedicated to being the leading global provider of public health and safety-based risk management solutions while serving the interests of all stakeholders. Okay, they should say shareholders, and that's a problem. Okay, because that means they move to the dictates of the stakeholders of whatever company they work for or companies. So I'm gonna take you right to the boom. All right. Objectives and disclaimers. You always read disclaimers. If you don't read anything else in any document, you read the disclaimers. This NSF protocol provides basic criteria to promote and protect non-GMO integrity. Provisions for food safety have not been included in this protocol as elements of a thorough food safety system go beyond the non-GMO requirements set forth in this document. Okay, that's it. What they're saying is a thorough food safety program, which one that would completely, honestly, and genuinely look for the safety or the non inclusion of a GMO product, they go beyond the protocols set forth in this document by their company. This non GMO program is a half step by their own admission because it falls short of thorough requirements set forth to determine whether something is GMO or non GMO. All right. So that's the final straw. So basically, fam, what's happening is they've learned how to switch the language around and come up with a different terminology or with a different concept of what's defined as non-GMO. Um, Even if that disclaimer, which states that they don't necessarily address food safety, it appears that they don't address food safety, which is separate and apart from GMO, the way they present it. But that's not true because we saw evidence within the document that they don't segregate between GMO and non-GMO corn in the corn that they use to make their dextrose. This is similar to when they started using pesticides that were so-called plant-based, and I'm not talking about the NSF. I'm talking about some of these non-GMO classifications in general. Vegetables, fruits, etc., can be sprayed with plant-based pesticide, which has a certain percentage of a synthetic chemical in it. But if another percentage is plant-based, then that can be used on a crop, on a particular fruit or produce, and still be classified as non-GMO. Now, the non-GMO project verified logo, which is for the um, non-GMO project, the organization, which is not a government organization as well. But as far as I know, they have no non-GMO elements into the production of their produce whatsoever. But I have to screen, I'm going to screen back over that. Also, I'm going to screen over the USDA organically or organic certification as well. So the bottom line is we have to be very vigilant and understanding the slickness and how they're slipping these GMO products into our foods. All right. So that was basically the crux or the purpose of this particular video, to show how the conversion or the diversion from the generally accepted concept of non-GMO is being converted into something other than that, which can actually have GMO products introduced into the produce. Okay, till next video, peace. If you learned from this video, help support the study and time to bring this knowledge to our community. It does take time and effort to be concise and as accurate as possible so that we can stay abreast of important health information and techniques. Please visit the site and follow these links.